Hey there, friends. Brian King, the Mindset King here, reporting live from Self-Care Central. You know what it's like to have your whole day planned out. You're excited, you're gung-ho about it, you're thinking about how much you're going to get done, how productive you're going to be, then a monkey wrench gets thrown into it. Today is one of those days for me. I've got a meeting at my son's school. It's a big IEP meeting. Been looking forward to it because of all the things we're going to accomplish. I've got a mastermind with my coach this morning. I was supposed to go do a home visit for one of my local clients today. Then guess what happens? My pain meds that I took last night, that I take every night, decided not to do a very good job. And then I woke up, I woke up a lot during the night because of the pain. And I woke up this morning in a lot of pain. Took my morning meds a couple hours ago. Guess what? They're not doing the job either. So my neurologist is going to be getting a call today because this has been happening far too often where the pain meds just aren't cutting it. So we need to do something about that. But the point of struggle today is how much I was looking forward to being present, being physically there, being available with my son to support him in this meeting we're having. And frankly, my body is just saying, no. I'm having a hard time standing. I'm having a hard time walking. My balance is terrible. All I have access to right now is my cane. And I'm thinking, man, if I try and trek from the handicap spot to the front of the school, I'm likely to fall. And that's not going to do anybody any good. So the decision that I had to make this morning is I've got a conference call into the school instead of being there physically. And I started beating myself up over that, thinking, man, I really should push through it. I would be a better parent if I showed up. I'm feeling guilty. I'm going to let him down. And then I realized I can't do this to myself. I can't continue to look at my disability through the lens of guilt. And that is something I do a lot. I apologize a lot to people. Sorry for inconveniencing you and so on. And I got to get better at that. But this is one of those situations where, at least in my perception of the situation, safety must prevail. I'm too big a risk to go out, too big a risk of falling and hurting myself. So I've just made an executive decision that I'm staying put until I can get a better handle on this pain. So that's kind of what you need to do sometimes, because the pain shows up when you don't expect it to. It can really derail an entire day, let alone a single meeting, and an important one at that. And it's important that you just unapologetically make a decision in service of self-care. And I know for many of us that are born helpers, it is very difficult to do that because we don't like inconveniencing others. We don't like being at least what we perceive to be a burden. And it's difficult for us to put ourselves first and say, look, I need to do this for me. And it was, like I said, it was hard for me to make that decision up until a few minutes ago. I was trying to think of a scenario where I could safely get from here to the school and almost guarantee myself there wouldn't be an issue. But then I realized that's just my pride. My pride saying, come on, you can tough it out, you can make it through. But then the practical side of me said, is it really worth it? Is it really worth getting the ego points to go there and end up feeling even worse? Because you've intensified the pain, you're going out in the cold, you're making yourself walk that distance, you're increasing your risk of falling. Is it really worth it? How would your son feel if he knew that by virtue of getting to his meeting, you hurt yourself? So now you're doing that to satisfy your guilt, but now maybe he has guilt because of your pride. That's what I was contending with. So I decided, stay put, do the best you can with what you've got, leverage the technology you spend so much time encouraging other people to use. In fact, my son has an iTouch, And I'm going to encourage him to FaceTime with me in the meeting so that it's closer to being personal. So that's kind of what I was struggling with. I wanted to share it with my fellow Spoonies because I know many of you have encountered tough decisions like this. And I just wanted to give you a little, from my perspective, remind you that you're not alone and see if maybe the process I went through is helpful for you. So that's it. Just wanted to share that. Hopefully it's useful to you. If there's any other Spoonies in your life that you think can benefit from this message, if for no other reason than to help them get off their own backs, please share it. And until we talk again, this has been Brian. Thanks for being you.